it is Crystal with Pineapple Papers, and happy Saturday. So today is Saturday, so it's May I Scraplift You, but it's also Scraptember, so our prompt today is sequins. And for the month of September, I am scraplifting the ladies that put on Scraptember. So today I am scraplifting Katie with this amazing, amazing mixed media background. And I cannot even tell you how this is out of my comfort zone. And I am really trying to embrace Katie and my bestie Amber, who could whip this out like this. So I'm starting with one of my bowls and I made a circle. I used a white gel pen so that you can't see it, but then I know where my circle is. So I pulled out a couple of things. I pulled out I don't even know what this is called. It's from Heidi Swap and it's called Butter. It's actually art screen ink. So that was the first one that I used. Then the second one was a velveteen glaze in, look at me putting things away already, in cherry tomato. And then the gold that you see is the lunar paste in slippery when wet. And then I don't know if this was a good idea or not, but I took some Nuvo, what is it called? Crystal drops in ebony black and squirted that on. And I'm just kind of swirling it around to try and make that circular color. Now I'm going to finish it off with some metallic texture paste in white from Heidi Swap. And it is a hot mess. Like, I am not going to lie. This looks terrible. But I am bound and determined to go with it. Now, I think part of the issue is the colors that I chose, but the reason that I chose these is for my picture. So it's really a funny story and I had to get it documented. So you're probably looking at the picture. What is it? It's actually of the moon. And I want to say it was a rose, some sort of moon. I'm going to have to look that up. So my bestie Amber had sent our group, our Scrappy group, a message that said there was this moon and it's supposed to be really orange. And so I don't know what Julianne and I were doing, but it must have been a Friday night. Maybe Christopher was asleep and I was like, oh, Julianne, we should go check out the moon, right? So we go outside and we're like, we don't know where the moon's supposed to be. Okay, this is the old house and we had lived there for almost 10 years. Like, the moon is in the same place every night. Like why? Why couldn't we figure that out? I don't know. So I was like, well, let's drive around. So it's 10 o'clock at night and we are driving around. So we finally find the moon. And so we watch it for a little bit because it's pretty cool. I snap a picture knowing that it's not that great. And then we head home and we get home and we're walking in the door and we turn to look at the driveway and the moon is right there. Like, we had only been out 30 minutes. There's no way that the moon moved that close to us. I'm like, how did we miss that? But we did. So I'm going to blame the clouds. And that's why we didn't see the moon. But it was fun. It was a fun little mother-daughter adventure. So that is what the photo is. And so I wanted to kind of pull those colors from the moon. And I like the idea of the circle of mixed media. And then, so I went through my scraps and just pulled those same colors from my scraps and did a couple of torn edges on a couple of the sides and just matted it. Quite huge, actually. So I'm using one photo instead of her 2 photos. It probably takes up the same amount of real estate. But I mean, I only had 1 photo. So there it was. And I could have trimmed it down and could have made it the same size photo. And I probably could have printed 2 photos. That's probably what I should have done. It probably would have been a better scrap lift, but it's done and I'll tell the story and that's the way it is. So on my desk, there was this branding strip and it had moons on it. And I was like, well, that's pretty cool. So I went ahead and put that at the top and I was like, so when I flipped over to put adhesive on it to put it at the top, I realized, oh, it's from Wolfpack. And I had used Wolfpack not too long ago and it was still hanging out right there on my desk. And so I grabbed the sticker sheet, I pulled the moons and stars off of it, as well as a little journaling spot. And then this piece that says "this view." So I decided to embrace all of these stars. It is a nighttime photo. And I'm going to pull the other moon. I probably should have pulled the other crescent moon, but I didn't notice it. So I'm going to pull all these stars. And at this point, I'm realizing they're all silver. And I have a ton of gold on here. And so I'm just going to embrace the fact that I'm mixing my metals today and it's going to be fine. So here come the sequins for Scraptember. So I am going to do sequins instead of her splatters all around. And I'm going to pull the stars from this Total Coolness. It's a super old mix from Spiegel Mom Scraps. It was for one of the Cocoa Vanilla Boys collections back in the day, but it has white stars in it. So I'm going to add those. And then I am going to use the Shine On and On, which has gold stars in 2 different sizes. So I am going to add those all over with just a dollop of Nouveau Deluxe adhesive and use my crystal katana to pick them up and stick them down. And then I will smush them down with the other side. And that is going to do it for my layout. So still a little bit of a hot mess, but I think it works and it's kind of cool. I don't know. You guys let me know what you think. I did add some black splatters off screen, it looks like. And that's going to do it. Just need to do some journaling. So make sure you check out everybody down below and remember to wear your crown. Bye.